Hi, this is Kate from Izzalicious Designs. Well, we're doing another Izzy Bizzy tutorial today. This time, if you have your little Izzy Bizzy, I've got her in her little red dress, red, white and black dress with her little ladybug handbag on. Now, most of you, I guess, would have made her feet like this. I did make a suggestion that if you didn't want to have black shoes and white socks on permanently, you could actually do her little feet and the white area in skin tone and just miss out the ruffle so that she's got bare legs. Now if that's the case, you'll be able to change her shoes, and this is the first of the little shoe tutorials I'm going to do. This is the little overshoe as opposed to the bootie. The bootie will actually cover the ruffle and everything, and we've already done the tutorial, but this is her little MaryJane sandal, I guess, if you want to call it. I've got the little butterfly, not butterfly, ladybug on the side here as the clasp. So this is her little shoe. You can choose whatever colour you want to make it. I'm going to do the other shoe, so I'm going to do red and black. Alright, so what we're going to need, you can use your loom or your hook to do the magic ring. I do have a tutorial on how you can do the magic ring with your loom, which goes nice and slowly. So if you're new to this, I would very much recommend having a look at some of the tips and tricks, learning the stitches, doing the Loomigurumi beginner's guide. That will certainly help you so that this doesn't appear to be all gibberish. The next thing you're going to need are the colours that you want. I'm going to use red and black. I'm also going to use another little ladybug button. As you can see, it's just got the one little hole at the back here. I'm going to use that for my little clasp here. Or the shoe opening. I'm going to use stitch markers. If you don't have stitch markers, you can use S-clips, C-clips, marker band. Well, no, you can't really use marker bands, but anyway, you need some sort of clip, safety pin, paper clip, anything like that will do. But if you have these are the clover. Sorry about that, my phone going off. These are the clover little ones that you can get from, they're called stitch markers. You can get them from most shops that sell craft supplies, knitting supplies, crochet supplies, that sort of stuff. Okay, so we'll put those there. You can get them on Amazon as well. I'm using a 2.75 Clover Soft Touch hook. I prefer that to do my Loomigurumi. So we're going to start by doing our magic ring. You can use your loom or you can use your hook, it really doesn't matter. And we're going to do 6 stitches into our magic ring. If you're using your loom, have the open part of your peg facing away from you. And you're going to take your first band, stretch it out, do a figure 8 and loop it around the peg once, do it again, twice. Then you have 3 little loops on your peg. We're going to do, as I said, 6, so your first band goes through and you're going to do a slip knot, budge it around. Now I am going to presume that if you're doing a shoe for your Izzy Bizzy Doll, you've already made an Izzy Bizzy Doll and you know how to do these magic rings and stitches. Please have a look at my beginner's guide to Loomigurumi. It will make things so much easier for you if you're new at this. And our last stitch, stretch these around, just move them around so that it's evenly spaced. You're going to poke your hook through that first stitch and we are going to do an increase in every single one, so we're going from 6 stitches around to 12. So here's our first stitch, and on your first stitch you're going to put your stitch marker so that you know where the beginning is. Just like that. Let's go back through that first stitch and do our second single crochet, and that then gives us our increase. So that's our first increase. Let's go into our second stitch, 1 and oopsie 2. Let's go into our third stitch, 1 and 2, our fourth stitch, 1 2, our 5th stitch. Make sure you go through both loops, and our final stitch, our 6th stitch. So we've done 2 in each of them. We'll now have 12 stitches around our magic ring, like so. Now what we're going to do is a single crochet followed in the next stitch by an increase. So in this first stitch we do a single crochet and we move our stitch marker, and then in the second stitch we do our increase. There's 1 and 2, and then in this third stitch we're going to do a single crochet. Oopsie. And then in our 4th stitch we do an increase. We do a single crochet, oops, go through both loops. Now sometimes an increase on your patterns will be called 2 single crochets in the same stitch. It's still an increase. People have also said I go a bit fast when I do this. The beauty of Loomigurumi is that I tell you what your pattern is going to be for your round prior to doing it. So you can pause me and do your round and then start me again. You have complete control of what I'm doing. So if I say to you that it's a single crochet followed by an increase, you can stop me and do your single crochet followed by an increase and then restart me. Not everybody will do this at the same speed. If I go slower, the videos will become twice as long, which will bore people stupid, and it would just be horrendous. People would be saying, "Oh, you need to speed up." So I mean, I know I can't please everybody, but let's quit with the "you're going too fast," because it gets a bit annoying. All right, we're doing 2 single crochets followed by an increase. So 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, increase. So let's do our first one. And our second one. And in the 3rd stitch we do our increase. Now you can pause me and keep going and then start me again as we do our 4th round. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and an increase. Now the soles of these shoes are round because the Izzy Bizzy Doll has got round feet, but my next video is going to be a shoe that will fit your American Girl doll. If you get lost, if you can't remember what you've done last, pull it apart slightly, and if you see 4 little loops in that one, you know you've done 2 single crochets. If you only see 2 little loops, you know you've done 1. So it's quite easy to remember what your last stitch is just by having a look at it. So I've done, if you have a look here, yeah, I can see I've done it wrong. See, I did 2 and I did 1, 1, then I've done 2, then I've done another 2. This should be a single. There we go, single. I'm too busy chatting to you. Single, increase. And the other way of checking is to count your stitches at the end of the round. And if you know that your last round was correct and this one is not, you know what the problem is. Single, single, and increase, and we finish on the increase. 1 and 2. Now we're going to do 3 single crochets followed by an increase. So there's our first one. 1, and then the next stitch. 1, and the next stitch. 1, and the next stitch. 2, 1 and 2. And you can lay them out if you're concerned you're going to forget what your pattern is. 1, 1, 1, and 2. Do that again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, and 2. And we're going to finish on an increase right here. 1 and 2. Okay, now that's all we're going to need of our black bands. That is the bottom, that's the sole of our shoe. We're going to change to red bands. Alright, so I'm going to move my black bands out the way, move to red bands. Now we're going to work in the front post. We're going to do a single crochet in the front post. So what we're going to do, okay, the first front post is this one here, and this is how you do it. So you go in through the front of this first stitch as if we were going to do a normal single crochet, but instead you come back out, and this little part here is the front post. So take a single red band and pull it. Now because we're changing colours, we're going to add this stitch, the black stitch, onto our red band, and we do a slip stitch, okay, like that, and we will move our stitch marker onto that. Now, oops, let me get my stitch marker on. I'm being a bit of a fumble fingers here. There we are. We should have 30 stitches all the way around here. So I'm going to count out, that was 1. I'm going to count out 30 bands. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Let's make sure I got that right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I did. So there's 30 bands. We've got one here and 29 here, because I want to make sure doing the front post that I don't skip anything. So again, keep your stitch marker at the back here. Push your hook through as if you're doing a single crochet and pop it out through that next stitch. Pop it out like that. That pops that little post out. And then you just do a single crochet normally. One over the other. Hey, come back here. These are slippery bands, which is funny. They're not jelly red. They're called a solid red. So we're going around, working in the front post. If you need to learn how to do the front post a little bit clearer and slower than what I've just gone through, I have in my Loomigurumi tips and tricks a short little video showing you exactly, zoomed really close in. Oopsie, I'm just undoing everything. So have a look there if you need to. I'll link that here in a card, but also in an annotation if you need me to. Make sure you go through each one. You don't want to skip a stitch here. It gives a fun little stitching look on the underside as well, which I'll show you in a minute. Nearly there. Through this one here. Make sure you get it. There we are. Now, as you can see, I have one stitch left here that I need to do. And if you look here, you can see that it's through this stitch here, but you have to go through the slip stitch bit. So you're going through red. All right. And pull, oopsie, this through like so. Okay, so then our next stitch is going to be through where we have our stitch marker right here. Okay, and we're going to be doing 2 rounds of single crochet. So this is going to be my first round, and I'm going to move my stitch marker, and we just keep going around doing single crochet. again, you should have 30 stitches by the time you've gone around. Make sure you go through each stitch. And now we do our second round of single crochet. Go through the first stitch, get ready to move your stitch marker. Like that. And then we go around again. And again, at the end of this round you should have 30 stitches. That was my oh no, I've got, oops, my hook, my stitch marker fell off. Put that back, get back there. This is my last stitch, like so. Okay, so this is how the shoe is starting to look. That's the underside. You see how it's got the cute little red rim around it? I quite like that. Alright, so now we have to do something a bit funky. We're going to do 10. I'm going to count the bands out, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we're going to do 5, so put 5 bands here. Oopsie. And then we're going to do 10, so put another 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So 10, 5, 10. Okay, what we're going to do, go through your first stitch, and we're just doing single crochets for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now the next 10 stitches we're doing decreases on the inside, only on the inside loop. So get to your next stitch, which for me is here, and then get to the next stitch, which is here. Take a single band, pull it through, do your single crochet. You've joined those two together. Do the same for the next one. There's the first stitch, there's the second stitch, and as I said, you are just working on the inside loop. Here's my last decrease. Okay, so I did 5 decreasing. Go to your next stitch, which if you hold this out, you can see this one has got these 2 stitches. So this is my next stitch here. And you're going to do single crochet until you get to your stitch marker, which should be 10 stitches, because we had 30 stitches in total. So 10, and then the 5, which were 10 stitches converted down to 5, and then the following 10. There's my last stitch, like so. Alright, now we're going to do 6, 11 and 8, I think. So count out 6, 2, 4, 6, and then I think it's 9 or 11, I think it's 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 8. 2, 4, 6. It's bad when I can't read my own chicken scratchings, isn't it? Is that a broken band? It is. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so we're going to start by doing 6 single crochets. This is the first one. Move your stitch marker. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're not decreasing, but we are working on the inside loop. Okay, so we're going to go in to the inside loop here and do our single crochets. 1, 2, oops, fumble fingers strikes again. my last one on the inside loop. Now I'm working through both loops, doing single crochets until I get to my stitch marker. You're going to go through your stitch marker for your first stitch, and you're going to do a single crochet and move your stitch marker onto that band, like so. Okay, so this is how our little shoe is looking so far, okay? And this does sort of go down a bit, alright? So this is how our shoe is looking. Now, what we're going to do, this is the front. We did these little increases here. We've got decreases, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3. So this is slap bang in the middle, is about here. All right. And then here is about the center. So what we're going to do, let me put the stitch marker here just to show you. This is about the center. Okay, like that. What we're going to do, count how many stitches you've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. And let's count this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And the one on here, 12. You're going to count down 6 on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 here. Okay, so I'm going to take this stitch marker. Now, remember, this stitch marker with your loop on is 1 and 2. Okay, so I'm going to move this to here. So you've got, for this one, 1 and 2. 3, 4, 5. Now this next stitch here, number 6, should marry up either side to the other one, number 6 over here. So you're going to get 2 bands. Pull both bands through the stitch, add your loop to that and reclaim. Okay, that's chain number 1. Do the same, 2 bands, pull through, and we're just chaining. That's chain number 2. Chain number 3. Oops, I lost one. Let's get both of them. Chain number 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain number 5. And chain number 6. I'm going to pinch and move my hook the other way around. Now I can take this off. That's marking the center. I can take this one off. That's marking the center of the back. This is the only one I have to worry about. I'm going to put my hook through where my stitch marker is, take it out, and then with a single band I'm going to pull through the stitch. I'm going to add my chains, 1 and 2, and reclaim, one over the other. And now what I have to do, I want to thread my little ladybug through it. I'm going to use a threader. I have a metal threader. If you don't have one of these, or if you don't have a hook that will fit it through, you can make one from a twisty tie, and in my tips and tricks I have a video showing you how you can make one of those. I'm going to put that through the loop of my band and thread it through my little button like so, and put this back on my hook and remove the threader. Don't need that anymore. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to spread this out a bit. I want to go through, because I'm at the front here. This is at the front side of the shoe. Whoops. There we go. This is at the front side of the shoe. I'm going to go through with my hook like this. Okay. I'm going to grab that band and pull it back through. so that it's now at the back. I'm then going to take my hook off and go through another stitch, another piece of band where it's not already gone through. So I'm looping it through like this. Actually, I just went through exactly the same stitch. Let's do that again. So I'm going through, I'll go through this one and I'll come back out through the other one. So I'm going to go through this one, pull it through, hold it, and then I'll come back through this one like that, stretch it out and pop it over the button so it is secured. And there, my friends, we have a little shoe. Let's see how it fits. And you can do the buttons either side, like I've cleverly put the buttons both sides. If you want this one to go the other side, easy enough. All you do is secure this one off, tie it off. I'll show you. You tie it off with a tie-off band so that the side is connected, and then go to the other side and put a single band through and just tie it off that way. So there's number 1, and this is number 2. Again, this looks a lot better if you have flesh tone feet instead of the little black shoes. So, like I said, if you want to do it the other side, if you want the button the other side, because it kind of looks nice if the button is on the outside of her shoe. Otherwise she'll get blisters. We don't want that. An Izzy Bizzy with blisters is not a good thing. Alright, so if we need to do it the other side, let's undo this one. I chopped all my fingernails off. I broke 2 and I thought, oh, I can't have all of them long and the other one not. Alright, so take that one out. Now, this is your tie-off band. Remember, we just put that one band through like that. So all you would do is tie off nice and tight. You don't want that coming apart. And you can hide that band through the little strap of her shoe, or you can hide it under here. It really doesn't matter. Both ways work, just as long as you hide it. So grab the tie-off band and hide it inside the shoe. Like that. Okay, so it's hidden. Now here we're going to put it this side. So all you need to do, go through where you want the ladybug to be. Alright, pull it through. Now, I would go through one either side. So I've gone through this side here. Pick another spot where it's not going to be the same. Grab your band. Oh my goodness, if I can grab my band, it would be nice. Hold on to the end so you don't lose it. There we are. So see how I've got my band like that? Okay, get my little threader. I'm going to put one through the other in a slip knot, put my threader, if I can pick it up, on one side on the loop, thread it through my little button, grab the other end with my hook, remove my threader, make sure you've got the band looped on, pull it through, and you can bring it back through the front, or you can just spread it from the back. It's up to you, like so, and there you have the button on the other side of the shoe. So I hope you enjoy making these. As I said, you can make them any colour you like. You don't have to do a black sole. You can do them all the same colour. You can do any buttons. You can do no buttons. You don't have to use buttons. You can put a bead on there or nothing. It looks fine, nothing as well. But there you go. There are her little shoes. Take care. Bye.